Hello everyone, this is Carol. And today we will be talking about the 6 tips of shooting videos with drones. So if you're interested in this topic, keep watching. Why others can always shoot some excellent aerial works, but our own shot come out very average? Well, the main factor is that the choice of your shooting target and the timing. If you go shooting a very common street scene in a bad weather, the outcome will naturally be characterless, and not to mention the cinematic sense. Maybe the idea of rebuilding your work through post-editing has once crossed your mind. But if the material itself reaches, let's say, maybe 50 scores, the post-editing may improve the effect to maybe 60 or 70. But it is really difficult to get you a lighting, so choosing a good shooting spot is really important. Shooting in D-Log allows you to retain detail, including your highlights and shadows. What's more, it can reduce the occurrence of overexposure and underexposure, gives you more accurate materials for the post-color mixing. The wider the area you shoot, the higher the aperture you should use to make sure the scene you shoot remains completely in focus. When you shoot a landscape, it is suggested that you choose an aperture between f8 to f20. And another tip you might want to know is that when you shoot a closer scene, the aperture lower than f5 can make your image look sharper, with more details included, while the aperture above f5 will turn the effect much softer, but the lines will come out more blurred. When shooting with a drone, you need to pay attention to adjusting IOS. If the IOS is too high in the picture, the outcome would appear very much overexposed. But if the IOS is too low, it would lose the details of some dark areas in your scenes. And when shooting, if the auto adjustment mode is turned on, the parameters will get pretty messed up and lead to either an overexposed or underexposed image. So it is recommended to test a few more times before you shoot, and use appropriate fixed parameters for the official shooting. When we set the parameters of the shooting, the image we shoot might turn out like this, or this. If you cannot keep the lens stable, the picture will usually look very bad. So be sure to keep a steady flight. Well, for me, I usually set the pitch speed to 15, smoothness to 20, so that I can take full control of the flight. Make sure the whole flight is slow and lateral. Rotating too fast and flying too fast will lead to many motion blur in your image, which is usually not good for post-editing. A great drone shot still needs a good composition. And the most commonly used method here is a rule of thirds and a symmetry. Well, you can check the related tutorial through the link we put in the upper right corner. In addition, sometimes even if the composition is great, the picture will still look a little empty. Well, at this point, you need to find a subject in the picture. It can be a flying bird, or a moving vehicle, or a walking person. Well, just include a moving object and the whole image will turn more vivid. Well, that is all for today's video, and I believe you already know how to optimize your drone shooting if you reach this far. In the upcoming video, we'll roll out more tutorials about drone shooting. So if you're interested in this topic or want to know more about video editing tricks or what has been going on with VideoProc Vlogger, be sure to click that subscribe button to subscribe channel if you haven't yet. We'll see you soon in our next video. Hope you enjoy. Bye bye!